All right, we're going to be going straight into...
Ooh.
Hang on, Arky, that's the wrong player. You need to be showing the other one, but we're going to be going into Ancient. This map is obviously going to get replayed. If not, it'd be hilarious. I would love that, but... there you go. Top right has also been fixed for anyone who's interested. But yeah, Sam, what are we seeing here? Take us through and take the mic away from me because I am not delivering anything useful.
Well, see, the thing that I'm excited about for Ancient is that statistically over the last 3 months, it's Entropiq's best map. But both of these teams have had stints of picking out Ancient as their first map pick. Now, statistically, Entropiq have been doing better on it than sAw, but sAw have had a good run, a good few games with this map in it. So that's why I was saying it's a little bit of a coin-flipping map for these two teams.
Oh, first kill is going to be coming through. Nickelback. Should probably take a photograph of that if you want, but it's going to be the grenade from Lucky taking down Crad. But Lucky's going to be that person who is, doing dominant performance. Last game, he absolutely smashed it alongside Nickelback and Forest as well. Why? Why is it I say you've absolutely smashed out of the park? You missed every single shot. Arky picks up two. Futurists, a little bit of a goat here. He's going to be trying to pick this up in a 1 versus 2 clutch, and a little bit of disadvantage in regards to guns, but he's going to be peeking around the corner. He might just be able to do it. No. Alien, just too good for him. Takes him down, and that's going to be a fairly nice round from Entropiq.
And what I love is that, Nickelback tends to live in Jaguar. Through the games that I've watched previously, he's always in that area holding down either the entryway or he kind of pushes out aggressively, and then he'll just randomly get 2 kills as players are on the cross. So he holds that down really well, a really solid anchor point for this B site, and I think that that's what really lends itself a lot to Entropiq's CT success. So see if they can kind of pivot off that a little bit more, as now they've got some firepower to back it up. And okay, they've given the smaller gun, smaller buy to Nickelback, but hey, he continues to get results here.
Yeah, it's him and Crad with those MV9s have just been really well played for them. Arky though with the deal peeking down over towards the site, he might miss. He missed the shot. If that shot hit, that Huandig would have been absolutely beautiful, but no, it didn't quite happen. And now we're going to be seeing Nickelback holding that angle, and I think he's going to be meeting some friends very soon, but Leon is going to be able to take down Arky, saying, no deagles for you. And another one, please come and try it again. And unfortunately, Roman not going to be able to hit these heads. He's going to have to back away. Sadoro is going to get tagged heavily, but you know what? Alion's going to be low. This is a potential opening for them. All they have to do is land one more shot on him, but rotation in from his teammates are coming through. Long distance shots is not going to happen. Roman takes him down, looks to take another one. He's only got 1 bullet left, but he makes it count. He takes down one. Nickelback drops the MP9 that he just killed with. That's 3 versus 3, but this should definitely go the other way, but no. Mutual's going to get taken down by none other than a Glock. The bomb has a complete open towards A site. So they should be able to go and do this. Lucky's going to be walking into the gunfire of Mutualist, though, completely caught off guard. And this is an eco, so you know what? Entropiq ecoed T, and I did a little bit of voice for that one. I think that's going to happen here, if I'm right in saying. Nickelback going to have to do a massive comeback on this to be able to make this work. And you know what? He's going to be running the opposite direction. He doesn't want to give him another gun, another chance and opportunity to win this. So you know what? Entropiq, you got ecoed.
Hey, there it is. Do you know, I was silently judging you a little bit when you were like, all they have to do is get 1 shot on Alien. I'm like, what do you mean all they have to do? Like, it's Alien and then True's Bob. 2 1Ds in a row. I mean, you can't make that stuff up, right? So really solid performance here from the sAw guys, just to make sure that they can maintain and get themselves back in. They do lose that first pistol, but it's okay. They managed to pick up a couple of guns that they'll be able to take with them into the next round. And of course, we spoke about this a little bit on the previous map, and we know this, but the economy tends to favor the T side, even if you do lose a couple of rounds. So now Entropiq are going to be the ones that likely going to be struggling a little bit here. They're going to have to keep clawing their way back into these rounds, and for the moment they're just, not going to have terribly much. They are investing into a scout for Alien, but I think that's somewhat to be expected. I mean, he has been an absolute demon when he has a rifle in his hand, so let's see if he can get that value here.
They will just be able to do it. A little bit of a difficult round for the side of Entropiq, but they've got their Deagles, they got the P250, and you know what? They ecoed sAw in the previous map. They may well just be able to do it again, but I don't know. sAw are really good on the Ancient. They did struggle against some other teams on this one as well. I mean, both these teams have around the same sort of win-loss ratio over the past sort of 11 maps, so it's not too much of an advantage on Entropiq's side. I think probably like about 11% win ratio extra, like on that front. But it's pushed down mid, fruitful, and it does. Blacky just showing how good he is on this game. First map he struggled, but second one he threw a fantastic curveball at these teams, and Roman gonna be able to get that trade off. Stops these players from being able to upgrade their gun. Honestly, throw away that gun as well as best you can. It's always good to try and control that, but obviously not at the mistake of losing the players that are going to be peeking in, but unfortunately can't spot out Nickelback, who has the one rifle. Now going to be able to pick up one for his teammates if they can go over and pick it up. See some kind of play here, but Nickelback, he's going to be pushing around this. Oh, he turns the wrong way, and Just is going to be able to take him down now over towards this a snipe. That's going to be a frag. Roman's going to be able to get a kill. Forrest is going to be peeking out, looking to go in for the shots. Hasn't spotted anyone, hasn't been spotted yet. Now over towards the site. Can't even see the player that's spotted, but he's going to be backing up. And unfortunately going to go down. Roman going to be tagged down to 12 HP. This is going to be a 2 versus 2 situation. This could easily go in the way of Entropiq. They had absolutely nothing to start with, but they're going to be able to pick it up. 1 versus 2. Crad, I'm going to decide what he's going to do. He's trying to bait them out, saying, come on, come get me, come get me. He takes a shot. His position is known. He now has to do something out of this world to try and pick this up, and I just don't think it's going to happen. Just to try and control the economy here, get a frag would make all the difference for him, but unfortunately, none of these players are going to go and look for him, and he's going to be able to save at the back of this site. AK into the next round, so similar rounds actually for them. Oh, he had 49 HP.
Yeah, no, he was
of course
way
he
too
wasn't going to
close.
survive that.
Yeah, no. Unfortunately, Bomb was on the wrong side to survive that one. Bit of an interesting decision, but I suppose... I don't know. I mean, if you push out, maybe you die, maybe you get an extra frag, maybe you live. If you just chill on the bomb site, you know you're going to die. It's a bit of an odd one there, but again, because they're on the CT side, they are struggling. That last little bit of an investment that they could have made into that last round, they did. Now they got nothing. They got 1 flash.
And a Zeus, you know?
And a Zeus.
This could be a bit of a shocking round.
Hey, get out.
Alright, see you guys. Roman though for the first kill. Second one's going to be... Oh, actually it's going to be Krat taking one. And Elian from the sidelines just played a little bit sneaky beaky. Picks up the AK. Now there's 2 players here with a couple of weapons on their side. Well, actually 1 in the USP. But being able to get any other kills in this is they have to do it. They have to try and control this economy.
I mean, yeah, fair enough. They've actually done this much. And they get the bomb down. It's not awful. But to get a little bit more for Entropiq is going to be a tough call. USP and an... Oh, never mind. No more USP. Just an AK. That's
Sadado coming through. It was actually his first kill on a USP play on an eco round for this team, but hey, it's something. He gets his first kill, and we've only seen the 4th round finish out now, so a fairly convincing round for sAw. They didn't really face too much of an issue. Well, I say that they lost 2 players, way more than they should have done, but considering what's happened in the past on eco rounds, I'd say this was actually fairly good.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some very interesting eco rounds. I think far more than is reasonable. But it does make for some really entertaining viewing, and it would have been a lot of fun if Entropiq somehow had come out on top of that one. But despite all of the ups and downs, they're still going to come into this round. They're going to have some cash to blow, and blow it they do. They have literally nothing left at the end of this round, so really looking to try and win out on that one. Of course, they will have a little bit of a lost streak bonus. In fact, they'll be near max. Not quite there, but almost there. So they might not be able to buy into the next round. Need to come up big here.
Just going to be able to take down a Lackey. That is going to be brutal for them. The grenade comes out. Just was struggling to be able to get away at that point. And this is what I'm talking about. The versatility of switching over the AWP. I mean, it's kind of standard practice for a lot of teams that low player gets the AWP. That's just good play. There is actually a push, or was, from B site, but they have a backup, and now the aggression is coming through. But Elian, he's got the answer. It's going to be his AWP, and this is where things can get scary for the side. Well, sAw, but push over towards B instead is going to be coming through. It's going to be executed out, and Arky, he just enters and just like, yeah, you have no head. That's it. You're dead. And that's going to be the bomb plant going down. As soon as he can actually find the site, It's probably one of the longest times I've actually seen a player take to do that. And now the smoke is mostly dissipated. Now it's gone. Brad has been spotted, if I'm right in saying. Maybe that just free-fire. It was. Arky's going to get tagged down. He's going to go down. No more kills for him. Another CT kill on the Crad. Just doing absolutely beautiful work here. Last player is going to be Just with 11 HP, and they can't do anything. That was an interesting situation. Bomb took a little bit too long to go down. And unfortunately, Arky just left himself completely exposed to that angle. And they were caught completely off guard.
And another solid round in the bag for Crad. Okay, this is the first round that he's shown up on this map. But similarly to what we saw for sAw over on Overpass in the first few rounds, just not given the opportunity to make something happen. Entropiq have been in a somewhat similar position here. They have managed to get at least one round in the interim, but it's been tough going to actually build up some of those kills, build up into some sort of a momentum as they keep going. So look at that second round on the board. We mentioned how important it would be for it, and especially, I mean, if you take a look at what they're left on after this bye, you see exactly why that one round economy, money in the bank, winnings, whatever you want to call it, is so important. And now it's going to be sAw. I'm curious to see what they're going to do, because obviously there's a little bit of a pause. So the pause has just ended. And now we're going to see what they do opt to buy into. And okay, it's not too bad. It's one Galil, which is not ideal, but it's not terrible. You can still get so much done with that. But here's where I start to get interested. That AWP v AWP battle. That's what I highlighted. That's what I've been waiting for. I want to see who's going to come out on top of this. If they even head towards one another, which it seems they are.
Yeah, and I mean, interestingly, they've got no one over towards the A side at the moment. Nickelback, he's going in for the early damage. Doesn't manage to hit too much, but that grenade should do a decent amount. Never mind, but Arky has been tagged down to 56 in total. 99 ADR at the moment. A little bit better than Lackey's, but overall, we're still obviously very much at the start of this game. We're only going into the 6th round now. Economy is in tatters for the side of Teased. sAw looking to try and bring it back. And I mean, Sam, I want to see this AWP battle. It's what I'm here for. It's what I signed up for, but Sato and I'm going to have to commit to these shots, but he just pushes his way up mid. I don't think he was spotted there because of the time on that flash, so that actually works absolutely fantastically in his benefit. Nickelback, meanwhile, he's going to be completely flashed. They're going to be pushing onto him. He gets some tags, but not going to be able to get kill. And now, just being able to get that frag is going to be putting this in their benefit, especially with this angle. Mutris, he's holding the rotation. Froster can't expect this properly. He peeks the angle, but can't get the kill. The headshot is found, and now the rotation over towards A is coming through, down through Donut. And maybe we'll get the kill, but Lackey is going to be able to chime in, gets one, but that's all she wrote. Roman going to be able to pick one up. Trying to find his place in this game once again after the first half of last game, where he really tried to carry his team through, but wasn't able to. That's round. Entropiq, they lose another.
Yeah, so the problem with living in a particular spot on the map, and okay, granted, Nickelback does tend to kind of flip-flop between Donut and Jaguar, but the issue is it's somewhat expected that you're going to be there. So they flash him out pretty easily, they swing on him together, and while we do sometimes tend to see some exceptional blinded kills that make absolutely no sense, unfortunately Nickelback not able to connect that one, and sAw immediately take advantage of that, but not by pushing over towards the B site, which is the expected response, but instead moving towards A, because, well, why would you? And it's a good way of kind of keeping Entropiq a little bit off balance. You know, they're not entirely aware of what your next move is going to be. You fake it out a little bit, and we saw that a bit on Overpass, and I'm glad to see that we're getting a bit more of that here on Ancient as well. Because this has been so back and forth, I mean, buys are... Oof. Okay, so sAw's still able to buy in. We kind of spoke about how their economy was very messy, but oh geez, okay, that's aggression.
Yeah, I mean, Justin's going to be able to get that first kill. They push through the firing flames. They're going to be able to get the kill, and Iliad with that flick, absolutely beautiful. I don't know. Now's your time to shine. Get some vengeance for your brother here. Justin's taken down. He managed to get one kill though, so that trade is actually really beneficial for the side of Tees, but you now have to follow up on it and push over towards the A site. Over here, we have got Forrester, who is boosted. He's got the MP9. He's going to be able to find one. Even the second one's a fruit. What is going on? Those initial headshots, the body shots, is just going to absolutely brutalize that slide. But you know what? That's smoking. Okay, Nickelback. Yeah, your smoke. That communication there worries me. There was a Molotov that went out, or, well, incendiary grenade that went out, and instantaneously a smoke was not in his favor. So when he went to push out to pick up that weapon, it was completely uncovered, and Arky got that kill. It's going to be the change of the tide. I mean, of course, this position should be well documented right now, but Arky seems to be playing a little bit loose and fast with this one. He's not fully pushing into it. His teammates rotating back on over. Stado, his long lost brother, is on the other side of the map at the moment. Funnily enough, if he just rushed into sight, he'd be able to plant the bomb, but hey, they don't have bird's eye view like we do. So now they're going to be able to upgrade, and it's going to be a 4-2 versus 2. Keep in mind, 25 seconds left on the clock. They don't have time to mess around. I'm a little bit surprised that sAw have hesitated on this one. They're playing up together. Kind of have to be able to do this, but CTs are just being methodical. They're playing as a trio. Now the execution is coming in from the T side. It's not going to happen. They're going to get spotted. No, Arky's going to get cut one, but Crad. With that trait, that was... You know what? That's perfect for them. That was a really good round, and they picked up a second AWP. Who's going to hold that?
I mean, it kind of felt like that round could have gone either way. So we get that super early aggression out in mid here. And it goes a little back and forth. And then Forrester with his absolutely illegal boost up on the A site. And then we break it out to that 3 versus 2. But of course, it has to be Crad who somehow comes out on top, clutches out those last 2 kills there. Secures that round for Entropiq. And again, around and back and forth we go with this economy. And Mutra's going so early is awful.
Yeah, that's going to be super painful to their side. He's been a key player, but you know what? Nickelback has got this position. He's going to catch them off guard. He's going to do a little bit of damage, but not a kill. Just is going to push through. Doesn't really matter, though. The fullback's going to happen, but it's going to be the AWP battle. And hey, Alion's going to be able to win it. Grenade going to be coming out from Just, but the AWP is going to be there to answer his call with a bang. And now Roman and Arky going to be the last 2 players left alive. Going to have to pull out. Well, some kind of tricks to be able to win this. Straight up mid. Unfortunately, EWP is there. Lackey. It's like, yeah, you can try to cross, but I've got this avenue cut off. And this is where this double AWP setup is working fantastically. Lackey, oh, couldn't hit that one. Arky is going to be able to get the kill. And now the push on over towards the A site is going to be coming on through, but realizing he's in a 1v4. He has to try and deal with the rotators, and he catches one off guard. Never mind. He's going to lose a lot of his HP, but the second one coming through is going to be the 5-7. Can he get it? He does. With all things, so that's going to be potentially 1 AWP lost, unless they couldn't quite get it. Crad was trying to make his way over. That's another round on the board from Entropiq, taking it to 4-4.
Seems a bit odd to see Arky win out that rifle v AWP battle, but hey, who am I to argue? Does a phenomenal job, and I mean that's one of the reasons he's a player that we are consistently pointing out. And you know, speaking of pointing out and speaking of AWPs, the Dodo being shut down round after round so consistently has just barely made it onto the board. And this is another huge thing from Entropiq. And we spoke about how sAw were doing so well to shut down Elian on Nuke. And this is exactly what's happening right now to Stododo. He's just not given the opportunity to do anything. And now we're seeing sAw back onto a... It's almost a deco. Almost.
That's a pistol round. I mean... They can, to be honest, both these teams could do a lot of these pistol rounds, which is why it's always hard to kind of dismiss them, because it forces them to play a little bit differently, and often at times that kind of counters the approach from the opposition, or at least that's been the case on this front. But Elian is in a really good place to be able to get a kill on one of these pistol players, and that's really going to set the tone. But no, he hits the legs, little toesies, misses that head, and now he's going to get tagged down. But you know, he finally on his 3rd shot is going to be able to get a kill, so I'll give him that. Flashbang from Nickelback. He's got an MP9. Unfortunately, he had very few bullets left in that, so he had to reload. And that's going to be a couple of more kills here. And this should be fairly much round. There we go. Nickelback going to be able to swing out, get the kill onto Just, pick up the Deagle for his troubles, and go into the next round feeling like a happy chappy.
Solid pincer there as well. So obviously you've got Elian kind of holding it down up B, and then you've got Nickelback kind of holding in Jaguar. So no matter where sAw potentially try to move, they're not really going to get much done, particularly because they're on an eco. So yeah, really well played there to just cut off those rotations. Now what is it doing? This is so aggressive.
Oh, they're going to be feeling that pain. Lackey has been an absolutely force of pain for the other side in some of the key moments. May not have a fantastic ADR or KD, but he really has been able to deliver at moments he needs to. Elian, he's back on point. He's like, well, I actually have some long routes I can actually aim down and hold off these parts of the maps, and that's really what he needed. He struggled on overpass, I'm not going to lie, compared to Nuke, where he did absolutely amazingly. I think it was like 33 or 35 kills.
Yep.
And that's not that's not even counting overtime, to be honest. I just didn't even track that, to be fair. But this one's a little bit slowed down. I was expecting it to speed up even further, especially once they got that kill. But sAw now trying to keep this pacing on their side. That's exactly what they need to do. Stop aiming at your teammate's head. Ilian going to be holding this position. If they don't flash over and just... actually, do they have how many flashes? They do. 1. This is the execution going to be coming out. Smoke first. Flash from Just. No, he's dropped over towards his teammate, actually. By the way, that makes sense. Oh, the peak's going to be coming out. The flash as well. Forces that auto shot and now allows them to push in, but that flash from him was absolutely perfect. Lets him get the kill onto Arky. Crad with one as well onto Stadado. It's not going to work for them. Roman's going to get taken down. They just can't find this entrance. The bomb is lost, and now they have to play full speed, full aggression. Even with the initial advantage, they lose it completely as they push in. Oh, he scopes out. He's going to get taken out, but the trade's going to be coming through. Just going to be left in a difficult position. He's going to be able to find one. Now swing around from these two CTs. Should come in favor of them as soon as he keeps around the corner. And there we go. It's going to be Nickelback picking up an extra bunch of money for his trouble.
Oh, what a great crossfire setup there. Between Ilian and Crad and Forrester, they create like a little bit of a triangle. And no matter how you try to push in from B main, you're just going to get shot down. And that's exactly what happens there. Even though, yes, Ilian does eventually lose his life after taking down 2 with him, there's immediate follow-up from Forrester. I mean, it's fantastic how well they completely shut down that side. As soon as they knew where sAw was going, sAw didn't have a chance to get in onto the site. And now they're coming down onto a pistol. This economy has been messy.
You say that, but they managed to get a kill, and nonetheless, it's going to be Stadado going to be able to pick up one. They're trying to get this weapon. They're just going to be able to pick it up in time as Crad had a reload come through and have to pull out his smoke. Lackey going in for a bit of rotate, has spotted some legs. Smoke's off, though, not making sure that they can't really push down onto him as easily, but they don't care about the smoke. They're like, fine, we'll sacrifice ourselves. And, oh, what?
Oh, no way.
Just is going to be able to get the jiggle peak shot on the head with the Tech 9. Was up with a kill, but we're going to see Roman fall to the side as his head is falling. Of course, they're going to be peeking around his corner, but unfortunately for him, Mutrus has that angle held. He doesn't even need a scope. He's got an AWP of his own in his 2 hands, and that Juandig is going to be sitting beautifully, and now it's going to be just trying to peek around the corner. Get this frag. The smoke is going to be going through, and they're just going to be chasing through it, but they don't care. Ilian's like, fine, I'll take you. He shot him through his gun as well. That was absolutely brutal. Crad going to be peeking around the corner as well. His teammates, they're trying to save, get out of dodge. They need this. The economy comes up. Mutrus is here. He misses his shot, and that's them being able to save these 2 weapons. Decent round coming in from the side of sAw. They did just sacrifice a lot of their weapons and such, trying to flush out the AWP player, but you know what? Probably worth it in the long run. If you look at their economy, they're going to be able to buy into this next round.
Yeah, I mean, they do really well on an eco round. And again, I mean, these have just been some really ridiculous ecos where teams are getting more value than what they realistically should. Tough spot to be in here. At least both teams are now able to fully buy into this. But at the end of this round, one of these teams is going to probably be feeling a bit of heartbreak in terms of what they're able to bring into the next. So, and we are getting that, you know, ever so close to the half. So need to kind of pull away here if you can.
Oh, Mutrus is just not fast enough with checking those angles, and unfortunately that is going to be punishment enough for them, but it's going to be a double Molotov forcing this player out through the smoke. He's going to get found. That was a really good play. It may have cost them 2 Molotovs, but you know what? Kill for 2 mollies, I'll take that any day, especially when you're such a disadvantage. But it's going to be just left in a 1v2. You said one player is going to be feeling the pain, one side is going to be feeling the pain. It's definitely going to be the side of sAw as they go into this next round with very little money in the bank aside from Monarchy.
Yeah, I think if maybe if sAw could have made that a little bit more expensive, get more kills, but I mean, even then, Entropiq just, I won't say all of the players are loaded. I mean, you look at Ilian, he's sitting on like 8.6k, and then you look at Crad, who had to buy into this again, and he's down on 500, but I mean, it's not awful. And now sAw looking like they're gonna lose this round, then we're on match point, and okay, they haven't done terribly for their T side, but it would be nice if we could get a couple more, create that little bit more space to work with in the next round.
Yeah, you want to try and build up that economy, build that space, move away from sAw. So have a good, you know, good relationship on this map with overtimes. They also won the first overtime, so that kind of mental play could be coming into the side of mental gymnastics on the side of Entropiq if they were like, we cannot allow this to go to overtime. We need to shut it out now. They hard and fast, exactly how they're good at. Nickelback's going to be using that smoke, but the rest of the T's are going to be backing away from that. Currently no kills. Never mind. That was an interesting attempt on Delium, but he's not going to allow it. He's like, no. This is my angle. It's a straight line. I can shoot down it. The Deagle shots through that wall. I absolutely love it. Arky's going to be able to get killed onto Elian, though. Finally, someone takes him down, and now it's going to be a T-push on towards this side, and Arky with the second one as well. This player is just playing absolutely fantastically. You know what? They've got this information on him. They just swing out. They get the kill. Roman goes down, but it doesn't matter. Arky, he's still alive. They've all now got AKs. Forrester fools.
No
Lackey,
ways.
a last man left alive to try and pull this back. From 0 to heroes, they go into this with an AK, if I remember correctly, and Arky is just slaughtering them just as around this corner. Lackey is going to have the peek around it. All dominance on this, and they just fall apart at the seams. The round goes in favor of sAw. What is going on?
This is not a good look for sAw. If you are able to win ecos, but you can't win your gun rounds, okay, that says a lot about your opponent, because what on earth are Entropiq doing? But at the same time, how are you able to do that, but you can't get the same results when you have better weapons in your hands? For both teams, this is a very dodgy look. But at least sAw now have a chance to maybe take the lead in this round. In this half, 2 rounds left. They've got a slightly better buy, but only slightly. Again, we've got those AWPs out. The Dodo has been very, very quiet on this T side, and T side AWPing can be that little bit more difficult to pull off than CT side AWPing, so maybe we'll see a bit more life from him on the second half, but for right now, being very quiet. Possibly needs to kind of step up a little bit here. I'm glad to see Entropiq not going for that crazy mid-rush that we'd seen previously. They've done it twice. Once it worked out, once it failed miserably. So, you know what, maybe we don't go into that for the next 2 rounds. They also want to try and secure the lead in the half.
Sure. And, well, Entropiq, they can't afford to lose any more rounds. This is the cutoff point. They need these next 2 rounds to be able to take through. Take 9-6, that... It's still not good enough. Like, honestly, they really want to take more on that. sAw can play a lot with these 6 rounds. If they get 8 rounds, oh boy, this is going to be looking a little bit ugly for them. But you know what? Entropiq, fantastic on the T side on an overpass. You could definitely do it again. I'd probably say B has been a super, struggle for these guys, and they really need to do a little bit of a different execution. And as I say that, Rowan comes around the corner, delivers a set of bullets to the face of one and only AWP player. But Crad is going to be able to get a trade. Nickelback over towards one of these players as well. Turns around, goes into the spray, doesn't get anything. Crad through the smoke is going to be able to potentially get one. No, Nickelback gets one, but Roman, the trade-off working perfectly. But through the smoke, Crad is just going to be pushing Lackey from behind with the MP9. And Forrester backing up over towards the CT side. Roman just holding this angle, just waiting for someone to do something. That's exactly what he's going to get for his troubles. I don't know. He's going to be peeking out. Going to be able to get a frag, and now knows there's another one out here. The bomb is on site. Crad has to back away from this completely. Flash just goes in a bit of a circle. Is like, yeah, I'm out of dodge. This isn't for me. Picks up the AWP, peeking around the corner, gets a kill. This has got some action to it, but unfortunately the time has gone, and there's just no life left in this round for him. But he gets the AWP. That's fantastic, but unfortunately, 7 rounds on the board.
Well, there you go, sAw. That's what we needed. Kind of talking about how it's a bit iffy to win on your ecos and not your buys. They've done it this time. They've managed to secure themselves a round win with weaponry. Okay, I am definitely exaggerating at this point. It hasn't been quite that bad. But it's good to see that they are continuing to build up some points, because when you think about how back and forth Overpass was, despite this being a CT-sided map, they still need a bit of a buffer. Can't count out Entropiq.
No, definitely not, and they're going to be able to get the advantage going into this round. Take out Lackey, who, honestly, I sang his praises at the start of this. He was getting a couple kills, but honestly, he hasn't done anything since then. A little bit lacking, you could say, and I think I made that joke too many times now, but who cares? Mutris in a really good position. Has only got P250, doesn't even bother checking the angle. He's going to get taken down, and honestly, this is going to be super hard for Entropiq to be able to do anything. Obviously, they still have Elion with the AWP. But with this kind of split off with Mutris in this position, it really restricts what you can do. The AWP is over towards the A site rather, and might have some life left in them. But if we see sAw do a good execution here in a 2-2 split, if you just holding that angle, this could be beautiful. Alien's going to be able to get one. Roman's going to fall as well. Forrester doing his work fantastically. Unfortunately, they didn't go in at the same time, and they're just going to be open season for these players. But Justin Mutual's coming alive finally. Take out 2. Third one to Forrest. He has to run away. Forrester picks up the AWP, but unfortunately the grenade is here to deliver. Takes him out, and that's going to be the first half going in favor of sAw on the decider map. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere as we go through to the second half, potentially the final.
And welcome back, sAw versus Entropiq. This is map 3. It's our decider. Very first day here at ESL Challenger League playoffs. And sAw, well, Entropiq rather, would have wanted a much stronger CT side, but they've got a chance here to try to bring it back on the T side. It's going to be an uphill battle, no doubt, but we'll see if they can bring it back.
If anyone could do it, it's going to be Entropiq. They have a fantastic T side, but as I say, that side is going to be able to take the one down. Mutrus cracks out flash, but that's not really going to be doing too much here. That is going to be a difficult position. He's going to get taken down, but not before doing some damage. Mutrus going to be peeking around the corner, but he's going to get fragged out by Alien. Roman looking to time this up. Arky pushing in. Fantastic player. Now it's going to be left in a 2 versus 3, just with the Julius. Got some class in that lad right there. Crad going to be coming up from behind, looking to see if he can find a frag. His teammate's going to be making some noise, but unfortunately, Crad has been found. These Julies are going to be walking out in the head, and now, oh, what's going on? It's going to be a 1 versus 1 situation. The Glock is going to still be completely viable in this. All it's going to take is a single headshot, but the body armor on Just is going to be crucial in this 1v1. Peeking around the corner, doesn't get any real damage done there. He decides against going in for the aggressive push rounds towards his left-hand side, towards the actual bomb site, but trying to dedicate himself to anything. He does see another player there. He's going to take a shot, does a little bit of damage. Now he plays aggressive. This is smart. Reposition himself, force this player into you, and he goes in for the leg, and then he's going to shoot him in the head. You know, got it. You know, it's the what was it, the Zombieland reference? I think you always have to go for the double tap.
Well, it was somewhat high noon there, and I love that little game of chicken, that little game of cat and mouse, and I mean, of course he knows, you've got to try and go for the bomb, you've got to try and make something happen, so all he has to do is play time. Watch that bomb, don't die, you know, you slightly more HP there, hopefully you hit your shots, and plays that really perfectly, so that's going to be a good start here for sAw on the CT side. And of course, we do expect them to do well on the CT side, but do they continue with that? Entropiq have been really good at battling back.
Yeah, and these pistol rounds, you can you never count them out, unfortunately. As I say, they're going to be seeing Crad find Just, and he's going to pick himself up in MP9 for his troubles. Not quite the rifle he would have wanted, but still it is a gun. There's only 2 rifles on the side of CT, 3 MP9s. One is now over in the hands of Crad. We've gone for a rotation. Looking towards A as one of their potential options. We do have Roman over towards CT side. He's actually now pushing up towards mid, giving up that lane of information completely, which is a little bit of a questionable decision. But when you're down a play, you have to do some things. He now knows there are players over here. Standing in line for the Deagle to hit you is probably not the best idea. He's going to take a lot of damage, but he's going to be able to find 2. This is a really good job, but unfortunately, it's going to be Mutual getting taken down by a Glock, and now Crad is going to be pushing up nice and close and personal with the MP9. That's exactly what you want. The bomb is going to be going down. Now the pushing is coming in from the CT. Is 3-versus-3 situation. It's going to be a little bit of a difficult situation. D2 it's going to be in hand, but so is the MP9. They're going to be able to find one, maybe two, and a third nickel back. Be able to find that last two with the MP9. Pick up a nice $1,200 bonus for himself.
And we continue the very odd back and forth nature of the initial rounds for these two teams, because they do tend to be very scrappy in the start, and then one team will create a little bit of a runaway before the second starts to build things back. So here we go 1 for 1, and as we know, that affects sAw far more badly than it does Entropiq. Down onto a full eco here, but hey, let's see if the as I've coined it, the Seco. Let's see if the Seco dream is real.
Deagle.
Yeah.
Well, the Deagle dream and the 5-7. We actually saw 5-7 do some decent work beforehand, but these Deagles, I love the Deagle. It's my favorite weapon. I think it's one of the most satisfying kills to get as well, to be honest. Sure, you can use an AWP and get a kill, but again, a Deagle one tap, one Deag, if you will, it's always so much more satisfying. And all of these players with them, you could definitely do some work with this. Ian's going to be looking to open up the site, but never mind. Unfortunately for him, his worst enemy, the Deagle, comes through, takes him down in pretty much the same position, but vice versa. And it's going to be Arky, who honestly has been on fire this game. May well be on 14-12. At least he's not on 4-14 like his teammate. Push over towards site. The T is going to be trying to open this up. The shot's going to be missed from Arky, but not from Forrester or Stato, who's going to be able to find one. But now it's going to be just with the 5-7 to try and find the answer here. He gets the headshot and a kill. Just we're all going to be able to get a kill. Mutrus.
No ways.
Wait, hang on. How's that happened?
Tom, I'm shook.
You are shook. Yeah, I mean, that was one hell of a play. I lost track for a couple of seconds there because I wasn't expecting it. But hey, Deagles, 5-7s is all you need.
Yeah.
Throw away those rifles.
Apparently, you know what? Apparently, if you saw, that's very true. They have done this. I've actually lost count of how many times they've done this over the course of the series, where they just come out and they full eco, and it's ridiculous. Now, Entropiq have got a little bit of firepower to work with here, but both of these buys are very janky, very pots and pans. Honestly, I'm curious to see which way this is going to go. It's so tough to predict, especially when you have a team like sAw who just continues to eco.
Yeah, I mean, with these two teams just playing like they are, it's super hard to be able to try and predict what is going to be going on. Prad looking through that smoke room may well be finding an answer, but probably not the one to the story he wants. But we'll have to wait and see what they're going to be able to do in this situation. Sato is going to be joining up with him, and that extra smoke is going to just cut them off, and rotation over towards the A site has come through. No kills, a little bit of damage over towards Crad. Entropiq trying to find that opening where they can actually just make a difference, and all of them dogpiling over towards the A site is going to be seemingly the answer they're going to go for. Roman is going to hide and hope he can do something here. Another smoke going to be going out, just forcing the T's to back on over. The mid control is seemingly what is that they're going to go for. Stato is going to be holding the position up towards B. In mid, we've got Nickelback looking to make this comeback for himself. His head is going to get shown, and Mutrus, he misses the shot, but the flash is going to be going out. His teammates pushing, but unfortunately for them, Nickelback's pushed on over. This is the chokehold that we want to see from Entropiq, and now he's just going to continue pushing around with this hard rotation as the aggression is going to be coming in. And no, Roman, he misses his shots. And we're going to have to see Stato go in for the kills, but it's going to be just with one himself. It's going to be a difficult situation, 3-versus-3, and it's going to be Forrester finding one kill, but Just is going to be able to get two, and it turns around quickly. Stato gets one, but unfortunately, Bellion has the answer for it, gets the round, and how have they done it?
What is happening? I mean, we talk about how scrappy so many of these rounds are, particularly the initial rounds in a half. But this is ridiculous, and the effect that it's having on the economy for both of these teams is so overpowering. I mean, look at sAw's economy. Okay, Entropiq can still maybe kind of sorta, but none of these teams are building up any sort of a loss streak bonus, so they're relying on those few rounds that they kind of back and forth win between each other. Neither of them able to build up any sort of a real economic buffer, so every round becomes a little bit of a coin flip. However, this one should theoretically go in favor of Entropiq, but again, sAw have this unreasonable ability to come through when they have next to nothing to work with.
Yeah, I mean, these Eagles change all the time, but it's going to be the MP5 he pushes through. He's going to get found as well. This time around, Nickelback's like, no, I have a Mac 10. It is my answer to your MP9s and Deagles. He finds 2. Brad was the one that was actually damaged there. Nickelback only gets taken down to 99. He's got a problem, but Death ain't one of them. Forrest is going to be able to take down Roman over towards the site, but he's going to be just backing off here. Pushing mid, takes down 1, but can't find the second one. It's going to be Nickelback sniping with that Mac 10, but unfortunately for him, he can't find that next one. Fuchsia's going to be on 18 HP. If he could find his way out of this alive, I'd be very surprised. And Crad picking up the AWP is not playing it. He did have the bomb. Forrester, though, unfortunately, this Khalil should be able to just find the free fire on him as he peeks around the corner. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Another bout around the board. It's 10-10.
Yeah, I mean, we came into this half 8-7, so I suppose it's not unreasonable to think that we would be going 10-10, but this is why I was saying, you know, Entropiq would have wanted a slightly bigger buffer, but the same could be said for sAw. As much as sAw are now on their CT side, Entropiq are not a team to just give up. They're like a dog with a bone, and as soon as they start to fall onto the back foot, they're able to pull back into it really well. And so what that this round isn't the full-on powerful buy that they would have wanted. They know that they forced sAw down onto an eco. But we know how dangerous those are. I never know what to expect of these rounds, particularly on this map. It's just been so scrappy.
I think with just USPs... This should go one way, but if they find one weapon
as well, so
yeah, that damage is going to be fairly damning for them on this front. But Forrester going to be able to find Arky, and honestly, I think he was one of the main players that you want in this kind of situation. It's hard to say which team has really been playing the best. Alien has been coming through fantastically. Forrester as well, and Nickelback. Brad, the only person who's been a little bit on the soft side is going to be Lackey, who's not really been able to do too much in this game, but has been a good support player. And just keep in mind, every kill that Nickelback gets with this, or Brad, and that's an extra $600 in the bag. Just look at the economy now.
I mean, yeah, they didn't even need it at that point, but I spoke about how it had been looking a little dicey because of how back and forth it had been. Now, because they've won a couple of rounds in a row and they get all the extra cash for the kills and the fact that it's being done with the Mac 10, yeah, they've built up, they're starting to get to that slush fund area, whereas sAw, despite saving on that previous round, still not able to get a decent buy out of this, and they're still forcing in. They realize they kind of have to. Okay, they get
Nickelback's
some nice damage.
Yeah, Nickelback gets tacked down heavily by that Molotov. I don't think you quite realize how much damage is going to take that. Arky, though, you know, getting tagged down to 56, that's not going to be good. This is a good weapon, but obviously not as strong as well, the other smoke is going to be passed over as well. Honestly, again, I mean, third map of the round, I'm just going to say, I absolutely love the change in the way the dynamic and relationship with utility has changed for all the players. Just being able to interchange utility is brilliant. Executions in towards mid is going to be coming through. Flashes, smokes, everything galore here. Actually, 2 smokes first of all, then flashes to follow up. One in the dead center, allows him to go in for the entrance. Spray from Shadow, it's not really going to achieve too much. He now has to go into a reload. I think you hit a single player there because Nickelback was already on 29. Future's going to be holding on to the position, but they don't want your spot. They want Shadows. And he's going to be left alone here to try and bring this out. And Nickelback's shown himself. It's going to be a flash up towards him. He finds one, but he can't find the second one. Black one is going to be able to get him, but Roman from behind is going to be able to take down Crowd. Now Forrester peeks over towards site. Completely empty. Open for them to take. Really interesting strat from them. And very well executed, but now they're going to have to defend in a 4 versus 3 situation. Alien, though, with the AWP, honestly, the fact that he's still alive with the AWP, I think it's a game for them. Roman, they have to do a lot to bring this back. Lacorn is right here with an AK-47. He should be able to find this player, but no, he gets caught off guard, and now it's going to be Forrester left on site alone. Alien isn't going to be too far away in towards those tunnels. Have to find this other CT to be able to do something here. He's going to be able to do a lot of damage, but hasn't quite found the kill. This is going to be Damon. They're going to be able to get the knife. No, it's going to be the MP9, and instead, Forrest is going to get the kill on him, and now they're going to be pushing up against it. Oh, I thought he was going to be able to do that. That was so sneaky, but no, Forrester caught it just in the nick of time. And you know what? I think it's because of the barrel of his M4. If he had switched out to his hands, I think he might be able to get that.
That was a very... I couldn't believe that he could get that defuse going from behind those boxes. A bit of a crazy position to be in there. But unfortunately, I mean, with the time that you have allotted, it's fairly easy for the last standing player to just kind of swing out there. I just kind of want to highlight Elian again, because I mean, he's sitting at 25 and 11. He's just been performing so freaking well, and I think it was Overpass where he was slightly quieter, but Nuke and here on Ancient, he's just been such a superstar for this Entropiq roster, doing so much to just keep dragging them back from the brink. But again, it's a tale of most of the team doing well. Unfortunately, Lackey is still having a bit of a quiet day, and to be fair, it happens. Players have off days, but I think it's incredible that the rest of the team is able to kind of pick up that slack a little bit and make sure that Entropiq remain competitive.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair to him as well, him and the Forrester in the previous game were absolutely smashing on Overpass. So 1 out of 3 games, I'll give that to him. I mean, he's been a decent support player. Otherwise, but Roman is going to catch Elion and the bomb off guard. This is in T-spawn. How has he managed to get this? This is a massive advantage and a boon to the side of the CTs, but unfortunately, when you have your back turned, Nickelback's going to make the most of that. Finds the frag, and now over towards Lack1. Lackey, a little bit lackluster in some of his gameplay, but he's going to be able to find one. Looking in for the second kill as well. If you can find this play, that'd be absolutely over towards. Oh no, he gets the kill, the spray! We were just talking to this player and saying that he needs to do better, and he's doing exactly that. The flash is going to be working out. This is good communication. Better than they've done before, but not good enough. Just is going to be able to get a kill. Now it's going to be a 2 versus 1. Lackey's going to have to try and recover this bomb. He's going to be pushing aggressive. He's like, I keep to go get this. No, what's going on? The time is going down. It's got 10 seconds. He has to go plant the bomb straight away. He can't. He's got 6 seconds, 4 seconds, and now he's been baited out of it. Lackey, so close, but couldn't bring it through. And that's going to be 11th round on the board for sAw. Doing a fantastic job of just being able to bait that time out.
They've done it again! Okay, they don't clean up and kill all the players before they have a chance to plant the bomb, but they've done it again! How do sAw keep doing this? And honestly, how do Entropiq keep fumbling the ball so badly in rounds where they have such a strong advantage? I don't know who's called this pause, but I hope to God it's Entropiq, because I feel like at this point, there is a lot that needs to be said, a lot that needs to be ironed out when we're getting so much closer to, again, match point. It's gone so back and forth. And to be fair, Entropiq are doing really good for their T side. I mean, they have kept this incredibly competitive, incredibly back and forth. But wow, sAw have stepped up. They have performed way past my expectations, particularly against Entropiq here. I'm blown away.
I just want to say, so whilst this series is like started and we were casting this, another series started at the exact same time on the B stream, which is now very much done because they had a 16-10 and a 16-9. So we've had one overtime. Overpass went for quite a long time, and now we're like, honestly, I think we could go to overtime on this with the way they're playing, but let's see if the Entropiq have the answer to this, the solution to sAw's, well, tenacity of being able to bring back these rounds when they really shouldn't have been able to. Crad is going to be peeking in, but he doesn't dedicate it. If he just dedicated, he would have had it, but I don't know. He's holding this angle, actually, so he would have walked straight into the line of fire for that player, and now back on over towards the A site, we've got 3 players looking to dedicate a bomb, still down in T-spawn. Roman senses something is up. Molotov goes out from the T side, gives it away. He doesn't use any utility yet. He's still got 3 pieces. Just I don't know, he's going to be peeking around. And it was bait. It was complete bait. They've actually not come over here. They've gone in for a push back over towards mid, which is still being held by a single player. But that smoke is going to be cutting him off. Flash as well, going to be forcing him back. No frags yet. So we're halfway into the rounds, and it's 45 seconds left. Crad, he's going to be pushing in here. I don't think he's going to expect this. There's going to be 2 players, maybe even 3. Just, you're about to have a bad time. Crad takes his head off, and now the call is being made. The execution has to be on B, they say. And now the Molotov is messed up. It goes in the entrance. What are you doing? That is going to force them into a slowdown, which is not what they wanted at all. But hey, actually, no, never mind. Maybe that was a forehead play from my side, as they're going to be able to run through the smoke and go and get the plant. That was actually super smart, but the bomb is going to go down. It was on the wrong side. What am I talking about? And now the kill's going to be coming through, but Krad's going to be able to get one. Sadow's going to get trade. Mutus from behind is going to get another one. It's going to be a 2 versus 2 situation. Elian, he's alive, but for not much longer. Sadao is going to be able to take him in a moment if he's lucky, but Blackie goes down, and Elian's going to have to run away. And the clock is run down once again. Elian goes into the next round with AWP in hand, but also $400 to spare.
I liked Entropiq's idea there. Fake a little bit on one side, then start moving over, but sAw play that so well. You know, one of the big criticisms we had on Overpass was how they gave up so much space unnecessarily. They consistently gave in to pressure from Entropiq. This time around, Entropiq fake a bit, they start pushing another way, and sAw just maintained control. And so the idea that Entropiq had, as good as it started out to be, just fumbles, falls apart. sAw play that perfectly.
Elion with the AWP is going to get grenaded to oblivion. And unfortunately, that is going to be the top player on their side going out. Spray's going to be coming through from Just, but he has to reload quickly. He's only got... Oh, actually, he didn't shoot as much as I thought. Maybe the HUD was bugged. It said he still had 25 bullets, which makes no sense with how many bullets he shot. Brad, he picks up the AWP. I don't think we've really seen him with this in his hands. He's going to be peeking in towards mid. Flash is going to be coming through, but unfortunately for him, he gets torn apart. That AWP is no longer in the hands of their side. It might well be able to get recoverable from this player. It does. Nickelback, seen him use it a couple of times, if I recall correctly. Flash is going to be going out. He's going to go in for the peak. Completely unsuspectingly going to get torn apart. And this should be the 30th round, but Forrester, he's got an answer for this. They're going to be able to recover 2 guns in AWP and an M4. And now we've seen Saturday do what he does best. Arky from the sidelines is going to be able to find 1, 2 easy kills. And that's going to be 13 rounds to the board. Sam, I don't know. Are we seeing overtime, or are we just going to be seeing sAw shut it down?
Tough to say, tough to say. It's back and forth and back and forth. No one ever really gaining so much of a clear lead. I think the clearest lead we had was towards maybe the start of the first half, and even then it wouldn't have been huge. This is just consistently ping-ponged the whole way through. But now Entropiq have a chance to get an eco of their own. Stododo not going to allow that to happen. Oh my goodness.
Brilliant kill from him, and you know what? Mutrus, hold off that angle, uses that smoke to force a one-way underneath it, and also the ability for him to just be able to spray through it in the AWP play as well, just to make full use out of it. And the CTs are just playing in a whole different position here, and I think it's really thrown off the side of Entropiq, because they weren't quite expecting that aggression against the pistol round. And that just worked brilliantly. And they used a lot of utility, which is what you have to do. Now, Arky in towards mid. He knows that there's players here, but he's going to be holding this up behind him. Like he's going to get taken down. So is Roman. And now the peek in towards mid should be coming through, but it doesn't matter because A site is going to be the target. The bomb is down in mid. Mutrus should have this one in the bag. I say it too early. He dies. And now Roman, he has to stop them from being able to pick up a gun. His teammate's going to be right next to him as well. So with the AWP, looking to take on this angle, but is a little bit careful with it and picks up a P250 instead. It's like, hey, we can use pistol too. And he finds the second one. Bing, bang, boom. Easy peasy. Another round on the board, 14. They're so convincing right now.
Yeah, I mean, no eco for Entropiq. sAw looking to finally create that lead. As I said, it's been back and forth. So they're at a point where they, I suppose, realize that they can't afford, at this particular junction, they can't really afford to concede any more rounds. Entropiq basically on a broken eco here. sAw need to come out on top here if they want to close this out. Otherwise, like you said, we might just be heading into another overtime. This could be a pivotal round here, realistically, for both of these two teams.
I mean, 100%. I mean, if you look at the utility, it's not actually that amazing on sAw. Like you were saying, it's... They can definitely buy into the next round no matter what, but if they do lose this one, that could be the turning sides for Entropiq. And I'm a little bit worried the fact that they weren't able to take control of this area straight away. It's going to be a little bit restricted, but they do flash it out, and now Justin's going to be in a terrible position. He's going to have to pop out and get out of dodge. He's going to be there to help him. He pushes through the smoke. I don't even know if that was on purpose, and he's going to get taken down. Again, a slowdown because the T players are just spread out all across the map. A little bit of distraction from the crowd over towards T is going to do a little bit of fun, but at the end of the day, one kill's not going to be enough versus his team. You have to find a little bit more. And Roman continues in position. He finds one. Couldn't find the second one, though, but Sadado is going to be in a decent position to swing around the corner. Gets the kill as Lucky tries to cross over. Denies him the ability. This could be the 15th round going on the board. Elion is alive, though, but he hasn't got a sniper. He's got the SG in hand. Crad sneaks up through Donut around the corner. Shadow doesn't quite realize what happened. Gets headshot. The bomb goes down. This is a 2 versus 2. This should not have been allowed, but Mutra is coming up through Donut. Trying to find some information. They're going to be going at it in pairs, trying to find at least one kill to take the advantage. They have to be so careful and instantly get the trade. Alion's going to be peeking around the corner. He doesn't realize what's going on there behind him. They're going to be able to get a kill. Another bomb has to come through and get fused. Crowd, he's got 9 HP. He has to be the hero that is needed on this one. He is spotted. Now they should have this. That's all they have to do. Pull that angle, and Musa peeks around the corner, gets the kill, and the bomb goes and gets defused. There's about 2 seconds left on the clock.
Well, we spoke about how that was a very important round for both of these two teams to come out on top of. Well, we find ourselves here on match point. And yes, Entropiq did make that fairly expensive for sAw. Let's see how much of an effect it's had. Not terribly much. Still able to buy up on this one. Entropiq spent a little in the previous round, and you can see the effects of it here. It's not terrible. They've still got an okay amount of util as well. See if they can convert that, because yes, match point. And we saw this. We saw this exact scoreline on Nuke, where Entropiq had to win 3 in a round. It's doable.
I was going to say, like, I said last match was looking like Nuke. Nah. This is looking like Nuke. And if anyone could do it, it's definitely, it's definitely Entropiq. And I say that, but they haven't got the same kind of spice as they did on that Nuke map. They seem to be losing situations in which they shouldn't. And Elion doesn't have his AWP. I don't think we actually saw him get a single kill with that SG last round. So I'm a little bit interested to see how he's going to be able to perform with this. This push in towards mid is fantastic. They need to get as much real estate as possible. And if they can push down through towards CT, that's going to be opening up a huge potential choke hazard for the side of sAw. They're going to be meeting up with the Sadado, who's going to be able to get an AWP shot, but it doesn't get the kill. It's a leg shot onto Lackey. And now they can just clothesline straight in towards A. And this has to be a retake situation. Crad takes down Arky. This could be the first of many rounds in a row. This could be the straw that breaks the camel's back here on sAw. Look at that economy. It's not absolutely booming. So now it's a 2 versus 5 situation. And do you just let this one go? Just say, like, fine, we'll pick up the next one. You have this one. You outplayed us. Well played. And we'll see you in the next round. And that's exactly what they're doing. This is smart.
I feel like it's worth mentioning that if Entropiq didn't lose so many of their anti-ecos, the scoreline would look very different right now.
It's like four rounds they would have won.
Yeah, I mean, they might have won by now, like the whole map, which is a terrifying thought. And I mean, you mentioned how they're not looking as clean as they were on Nuke, and particularly on Overpass, because damn, they were looking good on that first half of Overpass. And I think that the mental really does get to you at a point. This was something we had spoken about during the group stages as well with sAw and some of the other teams there, but at a point you kind of break a little bit. And we talk about the tenacity of teams within a game to be able to come back from those rounds, and this is a huge part of it. You know, when you realize that you're on a bit of a losing streak, you realize that the chips are down, the odds are against you, how do you come back into that? For Entropiq, this is one of those dire moments. sAw still come in, obviously they saved all of their weapons from the previous round, so it's still a tough position for Entropiq.
And there's going to be an execution over towards the B side. They're going to be able to find one. It's a nice trade-off. Forrest is going to be able to get him instead of with the AWP. Scopes out, but gets a kill. Almost a collateral. Nickelback's going to be on 14 HP. This is the round that matters. If they can get this round and take these kills, they can do a lot, but there's going to be an AWP battle here, but just going to be coming from behind. This could be the clothesline that they need. I know it's going to be able to find one, but it's going to be a double kill for Crad, a 3K, 1v1. Roman going to be holding around this corner. He's going to get the frag! He gets the round, and sAw close it out. It was so close, but no. They bring it through, and they deliver in the very last possible moment.
Again, so impressed with how sAw have done. And these are things that we've highlighted throughout the series, so I just kind of want to underline them again here as what would essentially be some of my closing thoughts. And one of the things is that Entropiq come into this